Welcome everybody, it's Mike Newton here at Lytham Golf Academy. This video I've got the Ping G400 Iron, and this time it's going to go up against the PXG 0311XF Iron. Okay, now this is going to be quite an interesting video I think, because as many of you guys will know, Ping's designers have jumped ship, and Bob Parsons of PXG has sort of taken them on to develop their range of golf products in terms of PXG irons and woods, etc. And we're definitely seeing that sort of Ping look in the PXGs. Okay, so this is obviously Ping G400 is the most forgiving iron that Ping do, apart from maybe the G Max, where the PXG, the 0311XF, is basically XF stands for extreme forgiveness. So it's their most forgiving iron out of the three options that they offer. So I'm going to put these head to head here. They're both 7 irons. The PXG is 30 degrees of loft, okay, which is strong. It is forged, okay, and the G400 is 30.5 degrees of loft, and obviously it's non-forged. Both got Project X shafts in 6.0 here, both the same length, so it's going to be quite an equal sort of test here. Right, so I'm going to start with the Ping G400 Iron first. I've set myself up on the simulator here, 174 yards out from a green here. So I'm going to look at dispersion here, how I can sort of control dispersion, but maybe look at some spin numbers, distances, landing distances, as well as a little bit of spin in terms of how quickly these clubs can stop. Now, obviously with a lot of times we see with the game improvement irons, obviously the lofts have got stronger. It's sometimes harder to maintain that spin number. So i.e. when the ball lands, it's sometimes harder to sort of control on the green. So we will have a little look at that. So we're going to start with G400 first. Let's get the first one here. Yeah, very solid strike to start with. Seeing a sort of high ball flight. Oh, that's a nice opening shot. Yeah, so 170 yards carry there and stopping pretty quickly. So that was a nice opening shot there with the G400. Now obviously I've done a review video of the G400 on my channel, which you can go and check that out. I like it, it's a good looking golf club. I love the finish they've put on it now, this hyper pearl finish here, which does give it a lovely sort of satin finish. Okay, look, it was a solid strike. To turn that over, it's again good result. It's got its distance there, 174 carry there. Yeah, good. Another good strike there. Definitely see that quite high ball flight there. It's towering out there. Again, it's very consistent on its length there. That's 173 carry, hitting the green, quite accurate, which I'm liking. Okay, and spin numbers look pretty good. I think they're just averaging there at the moment, just over the 6,000 mark. This is a 7 iron, so some good sort of spin numbers there. So as I'm sitting that down by the ball, again, I have done a review on this, but as I sit that down by the ball, I'm seeing a bit of offset. Obviously, it's a thicker top line, quite a long blade length from the heel to the toe. It looks very confident feeling as I sit that down by the golf ball. For my eye personally, maybe just a little bit too much offset, but obviously that will suit a lot of golfers. Okay, let's try and finish on a good one again. Yeah, again, not a bad strike there. Just pull that fractionally, but it's going to hit the green. Again, a good and it's stopping pretty quick. I'm quite impressed how quickly that's stopping there. Okay, right, so what we'll do now is we'll flick over to the PXG XF iron. We'll hit 4 shots with that, and then we'll have a look at some numbers and see if there's any differences. Okay, so we've now got the PXG XF iron in our hands here. So as I said, this is their most forgiving iron of the 3 options that they offer. Again, you put that down by the ball, it's a large head. It's a large blade length from heel to toe, very much similar to the G400. Probably what I say there, I'm seeing less offset there, which to me, I like. I don't like to see too much offset, so I'm seeing a little bit less offset there, but a very confidence-inspiring head as I put that down by the golf ball. Okay, let's give this one a hit. Okay, felt really good. Just slightly pulled the target, but it's on the green, which is good. So that's 177 carry there. Come out a little bit more yardage there. So the PXG has a slightly different design here to the G400. Obviously it's filled in at the back, so many of you will look at it and say it's a blade club. But with all the models in the PXG, and more so with the XF iron, is it's got a large hollowed section here which is filled with a thermoplastic elastomer substance, which basically helps with sound and feel of the golf club. Now it is a forged head as well, so, and that's probably the biggest thing that stands out between these two golf clubs is the feel of obviously the PXG is just far superior. But it is forged, and as I said, the Ping isn't. So definitely a big difference on feel. And I think, you know, in terms of the forgiveness, I think this is a very forgiving iron in the PXG, even though it does look, you know, he sets it from the back, it does look like a blade, but obviously we know it's not. Let's give this one a hit. Okay, that was a little bit of a toey strike there. Didn't get that perfect. It's hitting target again and looks to be stopping pretty quick. I'm liking the control of these two irons here. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to look at some spin numbers here. I think the Ping was around that 6,000 mark. We'll look into this a little bit closer. But both these irons have been quite accurate here on the shot dispersion here, which is very appealing. Okay, just pulled that one. I've struck it fantastic there. Yeah, I've missed the green with that one. It's the first one I've missed the green with there. 181 carry, so that's gone a little bit further because I've just overdrawn that slightly there. So it has gained a little bit more yardage than maybe a straighter shot. Okay, again, fantastic strike there. Lovely ball flight, feels, I mean, just feels out of this world. It feels, I don't know what the sound comes across on the camera, it's probably very different to what I'm hearing here, but very, very soft feeling golf club there. It feels fantastic. Okay, right, let's have a look at some numbers. Hit 4 shots with each. Let's look at some numbers and see if there's any differences there between the two clubs. Right, let's have a look at some numbers here. So G400 against the PXG. So see, just a tiny 0.6 of a mile an hour quicker with PXG. Not a lot of difference there, to be honest. A little bit more ball speed though, so maybe a couple more now mile an hour ball speed. Now, obviously that third shot with the PXG was the one where I missed it a little bit long and left. So you see that just pumps that ball speed up slightly, purely because I've just shut the face a fraction, so it's come off a little bit hotter there. Look at launch angle, 17.5 against 16. So PXG just launched a little bit lower there. Didn't really sort of see that physically, but obviously, you know, can't go away from the numbers. Just launched a little bit lower. Side spin there, so slight little draw, a little bit, well, again, very low numbers, so all sorts slight draws here with both. Now, spin number 6.326 against 6.118. So very, very similar, again, to be honest. Fractions of lower than with the PXG, but literally fractions. There's only half a degree difference in terms of static loft here. What I am quite impressed with these two numbers is that they're not a really low number. And sometimes what you see with these, as I said before, these game improvement irons is, you know, the loft gets strong, we know that, but also the spin number gets very low. You know, you see some in the 5,000, you know, even sort of high 4,000 number. And then you're questioning what it does at the other end when it turns to stop. Now, I think when you look at those shots of hit there, it's hit that green, they've pulled up pretty quick. And with that number, it doesn't surprise me because that's not a bad number there for a game improvement iron. So I like that. Distance number 173, carry against 177. So you can see PXG just edging it slightly there in terms of distance. Having said that, there was that long one in there that pulled over. So that's just, again, just shove the average up a little bit. So that'll probably bring it down to maybe 175-ish, 174-ish. So it's very sort of similar in terms of number, in terms of a distance there. Okay, so there we have it. PXG XF against G400 irons. So two very good irons in the sort of game improvement category here. Both feel sort of very forgiving. Both feel really easy to hit, very inspiring when you put them behind the ball, golf ball, that you feel like you've got loads of club head to hit basically. So I think if I felt like I wasn't quite on my game, or I felt a bit, you know, my time wasn't there, I've got a feeling that I could still get a good result out of both of those clubs, to be honest. Obviously, big difference in feel. You know, one is forged with a PXG, one isn't, and I feel that massively. The PXG just feels beautiful. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna say this. It's probably the best feeling iron I've ever hit. Okay, I'm not just saying that because it's a high price. It's expensive. I'm not too interested in the cost of these clubs here, but it does feel great. Now I've got a feeling that all you Mizuno lovers out there will be shouting at your screen here now, saying, "Oh, you can't beat a Mizuno." And yeah, Mizuno are beautiful, but I think for me personally, and it is a personal thing, I think the PXGs with the feel of them they just feel great, and I think it's that insert there that gives it that help on that feel, as well as it obviously being forged. Now, obviously, just touching on price here, and this is a comments I get so many times on my channel when I do anything regarding PXG or possibly even like the Callaway Epic, the more expensive clubs. I think viewers are expecting to see the difference in price in performance. It's just not going to happen. You look at those numbers there. These manufacturers are making these products up to the legal limitations that they can possibly do here. They're tweaking it here, tweaking it there, shifting weight around. Maybe a little bit of feel, trying to enhance it as best they can. But at the end of the day, they're all going to be starting to perform much of a muchness. It very much comes down to your personal preference of look, how you personally adapt to that particular golf club. Okay, because I could get some guys in and they'll see a massive difference between the distance of those two golf clubs. Purely because maybe one they don't like the look of, the feel of, the other they do. Their performance changes, their strike changes, distance changes massively. Okay, now I'm fairly consistent on my strike, so you see this is where these numbers I'm seeing, and you see in many videos, are quite similar. Okay, but for me, I think if I was going off feel, PXG all day long. Going off looks, probably PXG because it's got that less offset there, and I do love the back of it. It's a bit like Marmite. Some hate it, some love it. I love the back of it. It just looks really quality to me. But having said that, Ping have upped the game on looks, and their finish on the club is so much better than what it used to be. So, two really good irons here, but definitely worth trying. Obviously, PXG might not be in your budget out there, but if it is, go and try it. Definitely go and try it. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please do comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.